Hello and welcome everybody. Starting a minute early. I apologize for that, but we're wait for people to get on. My name is Sam. I'm from a team called Team Believe here on the internet. We're actually growing pretty big, and we've got a lot of really great things happening here today. I love the network marketing industry. I know that everybody else here watching this may or may not know what network marketing is, and we're going to kind of go into it a little bit here as well. But I've got a really powerful interview here set up and planned here. We're going to be interviewing here in a second. We're going to be bringing on Mr. Will Eckert. He's a fantastic leader. He's done a lot of really great things. I don't want to really ruin a lot of it for you. I want to let him say it and talk for himself. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump right in. All righty, Will got brought on just fine. How's it going, Will?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good today. Had a pretty good start of the day, and then kind of sketchy middle, but great ending so far. So that's good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. I'm glad to be on your show. This is pretty sweet. I
Yeah,
had a lot of people interview me, but it's pretty cool to be interviewed by you.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. I just want to remind everybody too that to welcome again to the call, and thank you for taking the time out to take a look at this interview today. And go ahead and leave a comment where you're from, anything you want, as well as at the end of the official interview process, we'll go ahead and I'm gonna let if you have questions for Will and you're watching this, you can always ask them in the comments there as well. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. The very first question I like to ask people, Will, is to tell me about your first traditional job that you had. What was it? How'd it go? What you like, what you not like about it, that kind of thing.
My first job was at Five Below back in 2009. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. Being the first time job, it was supposed to only be seasonal. They really liked my work ethic. Worked with a lot of great people. I was basically just a stock worker there for Christmas season, and we were in one of the biggest stores in Philadelphia in the gallery. We were one of the first stores to open. It was really exciting. I had a lot of great managers where I actually started to learn about management, which was exciting to me because I had no experience in work at all. I was 18 years old, I was fresh out of high school, had no clue what the workforce looked like, and to be able to go in there and get that kind of experience and have the rush that we had with it being Christmas season and being a $5 and under store, it got pretty busy.
I could only imagine that, definitely. So how long did you work there?
I was there approximately, I'd say about 6 to 9 months. It was pretty cool. One of the security guards there, named Miss Marie, I love the woman to death. She's the reason I even got into the food service industry. She recommended that I go and apply as a server at the restaurant Applebee's down in Castro Avenue, and I was terrified. Like I was god awful. I'll tell you, I knew nothing about anything. I showed up to my interview in a tank top, and the host was like, "Are you here for an interview?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "You want to go get a shirt?" Like it was so bad. It was so bad. But yeah,
Wow.
it was definitely fun, man.
Yeah, that sounds like, man, they must have really liked you. A tank top. That's for an interview. That's pretty awesome. So,
Yeah.
well, as you know, and as people probably who know me or know you know that you're in the network marketing. What I would like to kind of talk about now is what was it that really made you decide to get involved with network marketing?
Well, I was always curious about the network marketing industry. I just didn't know where to start with it, and I honestly was studying it for quite some time, like 4 or 5 years before I even got involved with the industry. Because like anybody else, I was super skeptical about it. Did not want any parts in it. Heard a lot of bad things about it. You try to Google it, and it's like, oh my goodness, they scam this and scam that and pyramid this and blah 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 that, and it really terrifies you. But the real reason that I got involved with the network marketing industry is because I started to learn the truths about the network marketing industry. The success rate isn't that high in most companies and things like that, but you can make a significant amount of money when you know how to build it properly. I lost my job back in 2019. I was fired, and I got really pissed off because I was fired because I was too good at my job. It's not like I got fired for the wrong reasons, like stealing or anything like that. I was literally terminated from my job for doing my job too well as a manager. And that really upset me. It really drove me to look into the network marketing industry. I was already studying it, looking at some business models, compensation plans. If you know anything about me, I'm a numbers guy to the max. So, I look at a business model and I can break it down within minutes and show you exactly like how it's going to be profitable or how it's not, how much work you're going to have to do and things like that. And that's what really drove me into it, because I know that 97% of the people worldwide in corporate America and in this industry are struggling. And I needed to find a solution. That's why I really wanted to push myself into the network marketing industry, to get myself totally out of corporate America and give people that were also terminated a better option, because other people were fired too. It wasn't just me, and it wasn't right. You know what I mean? They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't deserve to get fired. They literally increased sales. And somebody above them was intimidated by what they did, and that was it. Gone with everybody without even question. Yeah.
That is horrible. That's not a good way to, in my opinion, that seems like a backwards way to kind of do business. you do really well for a company, they're like, nope, we got to let you go now. That's kind of messed up. So that kind of leads me into the other question I have here for you. I was going to ask you, how would you say network marketing differs from corporate America?
In network marketing, you either partner with a business or you come up with your own, depending on, how you want to go about it. Some people are really entrepreneurial and they don't really want the leverage of having their products and systemized and everything already created. There's nothing wrong with that. If you like creating products and things, by all means, go ahead and do that. The reason I chose it is because of the word leverage. 110 for 1,000% leverage, because as a manager, I already had leverage, but I wasn't getting paid for that leverage. Not the way that I should have. I was training, coaching, mentoring people all day long, doing the hiring process and this, that, and the other. And at the end of the year, after I broke down the numbers of what I was actually making, I was making less than $17 an hour, which isn't bad money for most people. But if you look at the amount of work you have to do as a manager and the amount of things that you have to do, it just wasn't worth it. And then I took my sales per hour, and this is what killed me. This is what really killed me. Because in our store, our average sales per hour between 6 and 2 is about $2,000 per hour. Well, I took my sales per hour and I divided it by what I made per hour, and I was making less than 0.008% of sales generated. That's less than 1%. It wasn't even worth 1%.
That is rough.
And then I looked at network marketing and I looked at one product where I could make 25% on the sale. And I'm like, well, if I train 5 people here how to do sales, and we do direct sales, and we generate the same exact sales that we did, that $2,000 per hour, we could each make $100 an hour easily. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, no, network marketing makes more sense to me.
I hear you on that. That's definitely that would make a lot more sense to me too. There's no question. Making less than 1%, making 25% off of one sale, that's crazy.
It's not even the worst part. I'm the manager. Imagine what everybody else is making.
Oh God, that's painful. That's painful for the average peon down at the bottom. So going along with that though, on that theme, what if any similarities do you see between corporate America and network marketing?
Some of the similarities come in with corporate America and network marketing. In most companies, they're based off like ranks, which is very familiar to the titles that you have in corporate America. Like CEO, general managers, and things like that, and district managers, regional managers. Well, in a lot of like multi-level marketing companies or network marketing companies, it's the same thing. You got to rank up. That's just some of the similarities. Of course, they have products and services, which makes it very similar. But the difference is, like I just explained, you can make a significant amount of more money in the network marketing industry doing the same things, by the way. You can ask somebody if they want guacamole on their sandwich. You can ask somebody if they like a weight loss coffee or a weight loss tea. Like, it's the same process. It's not difficult. You know what I mean? And once I learned that it's the same process, it's not difficult. You coach, mentor, train, manage people the same exact way that I was doing in corporate America here, but I can make a significant amount of more money when done correctly. I was like, wow. Of course, there's a lot of risk. There's always risk because you're a business owner. You have to go out there and you have to do the work yourself. It's not set up. It's not designed. And yes, the pressure is on you. But man, I'd rather the pressure be on me anyway. I was running all those stores.
Right. Yeah, I have to say, it's a lot. From what I understand about network marketing, it's a lot more rewarding to have that pressure and deal with it in network marketing versus in corporate America, especially after all that you've already told us about with how you're rewarded in corporate America. So I'd like to know from you, because you've done your research, you've done a lot of research, even like you said, before you even got involved with network marketing. If somebody is brand spanking new, just like they're tired of corporate America, they're tired of what they're doing, and they're looking for a network marketing company, what would you say they should look for that would be important?
Yeah, one of the first things I would tell them to look for is the compensation plan. And, you know, the reason I say this is because products and services are a dime a dozen. Like literally, they come out with a new product that's the next hot thing, it's the next hype thing, and it's very easy to get drawn in and things like that. And this is why I tell people this, okay? If you only have a weight loss product and your customer hits their weight loss goal, they no longer need your product. That's it. And if somebody else comes out with a product that has the same ingredients and it's a cheaper product, a cheaper version, or it costs less than your product, your company goes under very quickly, or they have to go in competition and have to lower their products. I tell people to go with compensation plans. Understand how you get paid. If you're working at your job, you know that you're getting paid $14 an hour. Well, you should know what you're worth when you're in the network marketing industry as well. Each business presentation that you're doing, you should know what that's worth. You should know what type of volume is generated whenever you're selling a product. You should know how much volume you need to actually earn a commission. And if you're in a subscription fee-based company, you should know how many people you need for you to hit your first commission check or whatever your goal is that you're trying to go to. You should know how to do these things. You shouldn't just get involved with a company for just a product or a service, because after you're done using that product and service, what do you have left? What do you have left? You know, and that's one of the things that I want to tell people, because honestly, I've seen so many companies come and go in the last just 2 years. You know what I mean? I have a list of over 70 companies that are no longer in business in the last like 2 years. And it's because of that exact thing. You know, it came out with a product that was really hype on the market, and the company made their money, and the CEO shut it down as soon as the hype was done. They didn't expand their distribution. You want to go ahead and get with a company that expands their product lines. You don't want to be limited to one product or service. And if you're in a new company that doesn't have intentions on expanding their product lines at like an accelerated pace, not even like a little pace, like accelerated. If they only have skincare, you should probably look at something else. If they only have weight loss, you should probably look at something else. And I'm not being rude, but there's so many companies with the same exact thing. You're in the field of convincing, and it makes it very difficult for the average person to make sales. Why? Because you gotta be a billboard. You gotta be a walking billboard, and it's very difficult when you're brand new coming into the company and you don't have any results from the product. You got to show somebody else's results, you know. And it's like, it's very intimidating coming into the company like that.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with that too. It's hard I know when I first started, it was really hard for me to get the courage to go out and try and push a product to somebody that I knew very little about. And then I also knew very little about how to even push a product. So being intimidated like that, it kind of causes some people to shut down, and they just don't even try, because they're like, oh gosh, I can't do that, I'm going to fail. And they end up failing before even trying to not fail. So that makes a whole lot of sense.
Well, it goes deeper than that too, because, you know, I have a good friend, you know, he was in a travel company. He was really excited because he got 50% off travel. Everything was great. Whenever you sell it to somebody, you know, you make 50% commission off of that. Wow. And then I was like, how many people do you need to make your supplemental or residual income? Because that's retail. You understand? That's retail. Yeah, right. That's selling. That's great. You can do that anywhere. You could be a server at a restaurant and do that. Exactly. But how many people do you need to earn your residual? And we broke everything down. This dude needed 250 people to make $1,000 a month.
That is nuts. That's a lot.
You know what I mean? Because each person, this subscription was only $40. You understand? It was only $40, and you're only making a small percentage off of $40. You know, you're making like 15% off of $40, which is like $2 or $4 or 50 cents a person. Like, it was ridiculous. It was not a lot of money. And that's when I realized, like, oh man, these compensation plans, people really have to learn this stuff, because if you're not learning the details of it, you could really screw yourself over. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking at this 3x3 system not too long ago, and it was like, oh man, 10 people makes $500 a month. But you missed the small caption where it says you need 4 people in your first leg, 4 people in your second leg, 2 people in your third leg. You have 10 people, but you have 5 here, you have 3 there, and 2 there. But you didn't hit the qualifications of what you're supposed to, so you didn't get that $500 commission. And now you got to go out and get another person. So now it's not 10 people equals $500 a month. It's 12 people equals $500 a month, or 11 or 13 or whatever, because you got to balance out those legs. And it makes it very difficult when you're trying to balance out a leg. When you start to build this one falls off, and it's like, what do you do?
Right. Right. Yeah. That's, it gets kind of, with some of these companies now, I've noticed that it gets kind of convoluted to be able to make any money. You have to go through so many different hoops, and it almost starts feeling like a regular corporate America job.
Yeah. Well, it takes away the synergy. It takes away the energy of the team. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking crap on the industry, because there's a lot of great companies out of there, and there's a lot of great companies with 3x3 systems. I'm not saying all 3x3 systems are the same. What I'm saying is the one that I evaluated, it was like, if they miss that small detail, that small detail, they're in trouble. They're not they're gonna be excited, and then it's gonna be the end of the month, because they get paid monthly. They weren't getting paid weekly, so they're gonna be at the end of the month. They're gonna expect that payment, and for all that hard work they just put in, and they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it, and they're not gonna know why. And then they're gonna call corporate, and they're gonna tell them about that little small detail that they missed because they weren't paying attention to how the compensation plan structure actually works. Little things like that make a huge difference, man.
Well, that's definitely true. I'm going to ask you something a little bit personal. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But when you were learning and you were starting out in network marketing, what was your biggest mistake, and what did you learn from it?
Oh man, my biggest mistake, and when I first started in network marketing, was trying to do what the 97% of struggling marketers are doing. Like, I was trying to just go out there and just broadcast my business. I was talking too much. I was verbally vomiting all over everybody. I was like, yeah, I got this, I got that, boom, 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 boom. I got all this, you know what I mean? I got an e-commerce platform, blah, blah, blah. And I just kept going and going and going. And then by the time I was done, the person had an idea of what the business was, but had no clue what the business actually was, because I said way too much. It was insane. Like, you know what I mean? My mouth was going a mile a minute. I never stopped to listen to what they were talking about, like what they were actually looking for. Because if I did, I probably wouldn't even have to mention all of that. Like, well, I'm looking for skincare. And I could have easily just, oh, I have skincare. You want to come check it out? And it would have been that easy,
Right.
But it's like, I wasn't building relationships properly. I was just doing a lot of talking. As I started to learn more about the network marketing industry, I started interviewing people. From the year 2018 all the way up to the year 2020, I interviewed over 600 people in the network marketing industry to find out why people were struggling and things like that. And then I realized that a lot of people are struggling, one, because they're not building relationships. Two, they don't know how to properly prospect, qualify, and sponsor or recruit, whichever you want to call it for the industry. And they don't know anything about sales. So if your company doesn't provide any tools for sales, and they don't actually give you, certified training on how to properly prospect, qualify, and sponsor people, by default, the average person is in trouble, And then if they're playing follow the leader, and the person that's at the top has no clue what they're doing, and they're telling them it's a numbers game, that's it. Go talk to more people. You'll be successful. No, you won't. I promise you, no, you won't, because it's not a numbers game. Business has never been a numbers game, ever. Not in corporate America, and definitely not in the network marketing industry. If you think it's a numbers game, you're going to fail epically. You're going to fail, because you're going to end up working with unqualified people over and over and over again. They're going to come on, they're going to fall off. And then what do you got? Revolving door of recruitment. And who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? I know I don't.
No, that's more like a job. That's not walk away income if you have to constantly replace it. That's for sure. So we kind of already touched base on this, I know, a little bit, but just so everybody's clear, tell us a little bit about why you chose the current company that you're in, and what stood out about it to you.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned earlier that if the company doesn't provide any tools to help with sales, and they don't provide any training on, prospecting, qualifying, or sponsoring people, then it's probably not a company you should be working with. I chose this company because it eliminated a lot of the problematic things I've already mentioned, like certain things with compensation plans, like volume flushing monthly and things like that, that really destroy the average person's chances of building business, getting paid on one leg instead of getting paid on both. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you get paid on the lesser leg, but you got to build two legs. Why are you only getting paid on the lesser leg?
Right.
You're doing 2 times the work and getting paid half the money. And it didn't make sense to me. After evaluating a lot of these opportunities, breaking down compensation plans, it was the only company that I confidently felt great about moving forward with. It had, a massive amount of products and services. If you include the e-commerce part of it, there's over 50 million products and services that you can build business with. How can you go wrong with that? You can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? Over 50 million products and services. There's very little products or services that anybody can sell to me, but I can sell to other people. You know what I mean? I can show somewhere where to shop for a refrigerator, and I can show them how to get an investment on shopping for a refrigerator or for a microwave or, for things that they're using in their home. It doesn't have to be only about exclusive branded products, and that's what I liked about it. It took away the pressure, because one of the hardest things about sales is trying to figure out how to go ahead and match products with people, right? And one of the biggest things that people do is, this is my favorite product. But you're not matching products to people anymore. You're matching your favorite product to people, and then you're in trouble. The reason I chose this company is because they provided that solution. Not only do we have like massive amount of products and services, because you can have a lot of products and services. There's a lot of companies that have over 3,500 exclusive branded products and things like that, but they don't have the tools to make it easy for people to find things. What I like is we have individual branded websites for each one of our product lines: skincare, cosmetics, our jewelry, things like that. And it has tools directly on the website to help people find the products to their specific needs. It asks questions about their allergies and all those things, for health and nutrition products and weight loss products. I don't have to do all that work. I told you earlier, the reason I look at a company is for the big L word, leverage.
Yeah.
If the company doesn't provide leverage, there's no reason to be in the company. Because if at the end of the day, you're going to be doing all the work, and that's what I was looking for when I chose the company. I was looking for, the problems and the compensation plans to be handled. And I was also looking for, leverage. I needed the tools, because I needed to be in a business where if I'm going to be working with the 97% of people that are struggling, I needed to have tools to help them with sales. Because if not, I had to create them. And guess what? I'm not good at website design. In any way, shape, or form, I promise you. If I had to create the tools, we wouldn't have them.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely relate there. Leverage is definitely nice to have, for sure, and having tools for people that aren't that great with sales. Because I know me personally, I'm not the greatest with sales either. I'm pretty bad at sales, actually. So being able to have tools would be a lifesaver for anybody like me.
Yeah. What fascinated me was the weight loss website. That just took my breath away when I seen it, because if you want to learn proper weight loss, you'd have to do about 16 to 17 different web searches. Now, I know everybody thinks there's a magic potion or, protein shake or a nutritional shake or a weight loss product that's going to do it. That's great. That product's going to be awesome until, they lose all their weight and they stop taking the product, but they still have their crappy eating habits.
Right.
Weight loss has to be a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle. If it's not a lifestyle, then it's not going to work. What I found that was like absolutely amazing is the fact that they have a quiz on there, and the quiz is about 5 minutes long. It's about 30 questions, and when you're done, it asks you all the questions about your health and nutrition, things like that. Right. But when you're done, it provides all those things for you: an AM snack, an evening snack, breakfast, lunch, dinner, routines. It provides you with the meal plans. It provides you with the products to actually go ahead and go along with it. You don't have to do all that extra research. It provides you with workouts based off of the answers to how serious are you about your weight loss goals? And I didn't have to ask all the questions.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely helpful.
That's what made it great, because if I had to ask you, Sam, 1,000,001 questions about weight loss, it would get annoying doing that to 10, 20, 30 people a week, right? It would take up so much time. It's time consuming.
Definitely. I've only asked you 7 questions, and it's been 23 minutes now. So
yeah,
I can only imagine doing 10 questions per person per day.
Yeah. I mean, and it gets even worse. It's like people are doing that in the inbox. You know what I mean? Wow. It takes even longer, because if the person puts down their cell phone, they don't come back, and they don't message you back, and then they get back to you 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? Or you've got to follow up with them. Hey, you forget about me, and then it's awkward. It's weird. You know what I mean? But with the quiz, you can get them on a Zoom call real quick. You can show them a little bit of the website, show them the resources, show them the tools, and you can take them right to that quiz and say, hey, take this. Let's make it easy. So you don't have to go searching through this entire website either, because even though there's a lot on here and it gives you a lot of benefits, I don't want you going through all that work. Take this quick quiz, and it'll give you everything that's on this website, but it's going to be dedicated to your answers.
See that, and that's what it's about. I believe that 100% too. It's totally about matching up people with what they need, not trying to match them with what you want them to have, kind of thing. So
That's great.
having quizzes and stuff that's designed to go after their goals, that's a powerful tool to have. So first, before I ask you this last question, Will, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to let me, little old me, come on here and interview and ask you some questions, so my audience and your audience can kind of get to know you better. But moving forward, how would somebody get in touch with you? Like, what's the best way you would like them to connect with you? Is it?
Honestly, the best way to connect with me would probably be right on Facebook. I'm very active on social media with Facebook, TikTok too. I just got into TikTok. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but go to my page, find my TikTok, follow me. It'll be fun. We can interact with each other and build each other up. But I like TikTok. It's pretty fun for me. I never actually liked doing videos, and you know me personally, I didn't even want to do this live. I don't like live videos, but you know, you're a good friend of mine, and you want to interview me. And, you know, it's not because I'm like camera shy or anything like that. Just me and lives, I'm getting used to them.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I'm still getting used to them myself. So
yeah,
I definitely understand that 100%.
Yeah, the best way to connect with me would probably be right on Facebook. I'm pretty active on Messenger. I usually respond within like 20 seconds to a minute, depending on, you know, how busy I am or if I'm doing a presentation. I don't take long to respond because, you know, I do have the supplemental income that I need and basically at home.
Awesome. Well, I only saw one comment here from Angel saying, hey. So, hey, Angel, sorry for the late response, but since there's no other comments, or is there anything else that you would like to share, Will?
No, that's pretty much it. If that was all your questions, man, no,
Yep.
you know, I really enjoyed the interview here. This was pretty fun.
Interview here. Right on. Well, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're watching this as a replay, you can put that little hashtag replay in there. I hear it's beneficial. I don't know, but go for it. We'll see y'all later.